Yankee Oscar 5, Queen back Delta November.
Okay, the Yankee Oscar, please, can you just stand by just for 1 second? I'll take the Sierra Oscar station first. The Sierra Oscar station, please. This is M0JCF. Okay, was there a Sierra Oscar station calling?
Sierra Alpha 2, Romeo, Romeo Yankee.
Sierra Alpha 2, Romeo, Romeo Yankee. Apologies, old man. As I say, two of you came up. You was the quickest one, and I just thought it was Sierra Oscar. Good afternoon. The name this side is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm in the southeast of England. I'm about 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London in the county of Kent, and today running 100 watts into a 10-metre band, 5/8 wave vertical, and the radio is the very common IC-7300. So back to you, please, sir. SA2 RRY M0 JCF.
Roger that. Our signal report is 5757. I'm running 100 watts into an Icon IC-7300, the same radio as you, on a doublet dipole. I think it's called. Back to you, Mark and 0JCS.
Yeah, thanks for the 5 and 7. You're just 5 and 5 to me today. My antenna is a little bit deaf on 12 meters, which is to be expected, I suppose. And I never got your name, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for it in QRZ and see if I can. Oh, it's, I'll take it. Do they call you Matt? I see it's a Matthias, but do they call you Matt? Apologies that if I've got your name wrong, but I'm just checking out. But WX here today, Matt or Matthias. Apologies if I'm messing your name up. It's a bad habit of mine. The WX today. It's a nice day. We've got broken clouds. It's about 10 degrees at the moment, and we're not expecting any rain, but we will be for the next week. You know us English. All we like to talk about is the weather and how bad it is. But back to you there, SA2 RRY. This is M0 JCF.
Roger that, Mark. It's pronounced Matthias, by the way, or here in Sweden, just so you know. About the weather today, it's clear, very sunny today. It's about 0 to -1 degrees Celsius over here, and it's going to get colder pretty soon, I think. Back to you, Mark, and your JTF. This is SA2RRY.
Your SA2RRY M0 JCF. Well, thanks for the correction on your name. Yeah, it's a bad habit of mine. I see somebody's name, I think I know how to pronounce it, and then I do the terrible thing. I shorten it, and I make the name shorter when sometimes you shouldn't do that. But it's great to speak to you today, and the IC-7300 performing very, very well. Normally, you'll find me on the bands on 10 and 12 meters and 40 meters with older equipment. If you check my QRZ page, you'll see I like to try to restore older equipment. I also like to homebrew equipment and build radios either from kits or from scratch, and I like to operate a lot of QRP as well. So you see, you'll hear me on the bands quite often, and possibly not using such modern equipment, so I could sound different, or I could sound terrible even. Okay, old chap, well, it's great speaking to you, and thanks for the weather report. Yeah, that sounds just too cold for me. I mean, England is too cold for me, but Sweden, that just sounds like a bad news for me until the middle of summer. But of course, you are in the land of Father Christmas, Santa Claus, and that's quite magical. When my children were younger, I did say several times we would take them into Lapland, so you know, the Arctic Circle, whether it be Norway, Sweden, Finland, but we never did do that trip. So maybe I'll relive my childhood in the near future and come and visit your fine country. We'll see. It's a project for the future. You take care, and best 73 to your family. I'll hand over to you for a final there, Matthias. SA2RRY M0 JCF.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I'm on 12-meter band currently because of contest week, and the 10 meters, 16, 20, 40 and so forth are congested with contest stations for North America, I think, this weekend. So I say certificate to Mark NCO JCF. This is Sierra Alpha to Romeo Yankee.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. 12 meters, it's a tiny band, but when the contest is on, 10 meters can only get more and more full as cycle 25 progresses. I'd imagine that in the next year or so, 18 months, it's going to be a very difficult band to actually find space on. But hey ho, 12 meters, 17 meters, it will make it ours. Take care, 73 to the family, and have a great weekend. Bye bye for now. A Yankee Oscar station, are you still on frequency, sir? And apologies for the delay.
Roger, no problem, sir. Okay, thank you so much. This is Romania, Yankee Oscar 5.
Okay, I've got the Yankee Oscar 5, and then, as luck would have it, QSB dropped you, so I didn't catch the full call sign. When you peaked, you were peaking 5 and 4. You were peaking 5 and 4, and just as you gave me your call sign, Yankee Oscar 5, I missed the suffix due to QSB. But very good afternoon to you. Thank you for coming back to me today. The name is Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm in the southeast of England. I'm just 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London, and I think you may have heard I'm using the IC-7300. I'm using 100 watts, but the antenna is for 10 meters. It's a 5/8 wave antenna for 10 meters. But there you go. 5 and 3 was the best I heard you on that over. So hopefully I can get your call sign on the next over. Back to you, the Yankee Oscar 5 station. This is M0 JCF.
Roger, Mark, no problem. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox, Yankee Oscar 5, Queen Delta Norway, Yankee Ohio 5, Queen Delta November. Very good afternoon. Thank you so much for 5/4. You report is 5/9. 59 you report. Mike is very steady in the frequency. 55759. My name is Radu, Romeo Alpha Delta United. It makes you digits. Second emplacement in Vyshel de Sus, Nia Ukraina, in northern part of the Romania. Mike, back to you. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox, Yankee Oscar 5, Queen Delta November, over.
Yeah, Yankee Oscar 5, Queen Delta November. Radu, very nice signal coming from you now. Peaking 5 and 8. You were peaking 5 and 8 on that last over. And yeah, it'd be interesting to know what antenna you are using for 12 meters today, Radu. And it will be interesting as well to know what power you are using, because your signal come up from almost 0 and wham, back up to Santiago 8 and settled around 5 and 6. So it was very good. And your audio is very good as well, which is always important for long distance contact. So Radu, tell me, what antenna are you using today? Yankee Oscar 5, Queen Delta November. This is M0 JCF, Mark in southeast of England listening.
Roger, Mark. Thank you so much for the information, Mike. 0 Juliet Charlie Fox, Yankee Oscar 5, Queen Delta November for the final. Thank you so much for the information. I am using Cabo Tango Sierra 140 Sierra. My antenna is vertical antenna, 100 watt power now. WS now in Romania is a very beautiful day. Above 60 degrees centigrade now in Romania. Okay, Mike, thank you so much for the last contact. 73, good luck, good yes, have a nice weekend. And 73, Mike 0, Julia Charlie Fox, Yankee Ohio 5. We back Delta November. Thank you so much, bye-bye.
Yeah, Y05QDNM0JCF. Radu, an absolute pleasure to speak to you today, and big compliments on your English. Your English is absolutely perfect, much better than my Romanian, I'm sure, which is 0. And that TS140S, that old girl, that old radio, working incredibly well today, and especially with your vertical to my vertical. Take care and have a great weekend. 73 to the family. QRZ Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England. Nothing heard. CQ12 meters. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot calling 12 meters and listening. Okay, there were 2 stations. I think one was Oscar November and the other Echo Whiskey. Please stand by, Echo Whiskey. Was it Oscar November or Oscar Echo? Apologies, old man. 2 of you keyed up at once. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. The name is Mark Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm 20 kilometres southeast from the City of London. Over to you, sir. Oscar November station?
Oscar Hotel on this side.
Okay, Oscar Hotel. Big apologies, sir. I just heard 2 of you, and I heard the Oscar, and I always think of Oscar November because it's very close to the UK. The Oscar Hotel station. Please go ahead. M0JCF.
Okay, QSL Mark there. Everything copied. You're 5 and 7 here on the meter. The clear, no problems to copy. Main here is Thomas, Tango, Oscar, Mike, Alpha, Sierra, Thomas. And the QTH is halfway between Helsinki and Lapland. Halfway from the capital city to Lapland. In a small village called Jeppu. Juliet Echo, Papa Oscar. Very small village town. So back to you there again, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox, Oscar Hotel 6, Lima Echo India listening.
Yeah, Oscar Hotel 6, Lima Echo India. Thomas, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mark in the southeast of England, in the county of Kent. They call it the Garden of England. It's one of the outside regions of London. I'm sure that you know it. And yes, I like the sound of where you live between Helsinki and Lapland, the land of Santa Claus and reindeer and Christmas. That's the way we remember it as children, Thomas. But today, Thomas, on the radio, we're using an IC-7300. That's the ICOM, very popular ICOM, 100 watts, and the antenna is a vertical antenna. It's 5/8 waves for 10 meters, so not quite tuned for 12 meters, but seems to be working okay today. WX today about 10 degrees, Thomas. We're broken cloud, and it's not, you know, the best day for being in the garden, etc. So this morning I was doing some painting in the house, painting the woodwork, and then a break for some radio, and then later on back to painting the woodwork. So that's the story here, Thomas. Back to you. Oscar Hotel 6, Lima Echo India. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Okay, QSL Mark, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox, Oscar Hotel 6, Lima Echo India, back here in Finland. Okay, Mark, big copy again, and you seem to have some duties there to paint and so on.
that reminds me, I heard a guy talking about a new television show, and he compared it to it's really dull and slow. It's like watching paint dry. So that's a good picture of a dull TV show. But okay, you're avoiding that and you're on the radio. Yes, running here 100 watts. It's with a Fox Tango 847. Recently built this is of course a second-hand rig, and it's about 20 years old, over 20 years old. So not too fancy, not any television screen or waterfall or whatever. So I can still manage it. It doesn't have any sub menus under one button. Around 0 degrees today here, but northern wind, and they used to say here the north wind is always cold wherever it blows from. So I've been celebrating the ground kid today here. It was his 6th birthday, so we went for an early run, and now we're back home. So they just leave here about a kilometer from my studio. So it was just a small trip on the morning. So that's what we have it here. Otherwise overcast, and we've had some snow. So we have about, I would say 10 centimeters of snow. But we are around the 0 degrees, and the last week we had every day on the plus side. So the spring is coming up. Surprise, Mark. Mike 0, JCF, OH6 LEI.
Yeah, OH6 LEI M0 JCF, absolutely superb. Yeah, the snow is for children, and you take your grandchildren out on sledges and hills and have great fun with them. But I forgot to give you your report, Thomas, as well. You were peaking 5 and 7, 5 and 8 to me, 5 and 7, 5 and 8. So that old Yaesu is working very, very well today. And yeah, I like you. Most of my equipment is old, Thomas. It's old, it's worn out, but I like to just, keep it going for as long as possible. Hopefully as long as that I've got left on this earth, but we'll see. If not, I'll just throw it away and then buy some more old stuff. But you'll see as well from QRZ, I do like to homebrew as well, and so maybe the new radios I have are the ones that I build. Thomas, I'm going to move it on only because I know someone else was calling the same time as you, and I'm sure they'd like a report from me as well. So you're quite right. Yeah, dull TV programs is like watching paint dry. So while my paint was drying, I just come and use the radio and forget about the paint. But yeah, unfortunately I will have to go for that second coat, and I will have to put that paint on, but be rest assured I won't be watching it dry. I'll find something else to do. And so your comments on the spring, yes, we have the typical English or British spring flowers at the moment. We have the crocus, the daffodil, the snowdrops, and a few other early trees blossoming now, so we know that spring is coming. Excuse me, and we're going to look forward to the nice summer, hopefully as good as last summer, which some people complain it was too hot, but you can never have too hot. That's what I say. Thomas, take care. 73, and I think you said it was your grandchild's 6th birthday. I might have missed that, but I'm pretty sure you said it's 6th birthday, so wish them a happy birthday from England. And listen, I'm always on 12 meters, 10 meters. Please come and find me and say hello again. But until then, have a great weekend, and bye-bye for now. OH6 LEI M0 JCF.
M0 JCF OH6 LEI for the final here. Okay, Mark, yes. Again, good copy. And okay, happy to hear that the spring is coming this way. And even though I am retired, and I have seen some springs and some winters. There is always a creeping feeling of will the spring actually appear also this year? But now when I've heard that it is really coming up, I'll have to believe that about. And yeah, I forgot to tell you about my antenna. It's just a simple wire antenna. It's an end-fed window antenna. So nothing really big guns on this side. And with the 100 watts. Okay, yes, keep the band up, and I'll also roll over the band to check out. There are some contesting going on, so 12 meters and 17 meters is the chance to just enjoy the hobby, since I'm not in it for the competition. Okay, fine mark. And if you hear me on the band, just give me a shout. This is Oscar Hotel 6, Lima, AB India, now clear. Bye-bye, Mark.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure, Thomas, and I will look out for you in the near future or the distant future, any future. So long as we're here to talk, we'll have something to say, I'm sure. Take care and bye-bye. I think it was the Echo Whiskey. Was there an Echo Whiskey station? Are you still listening, sir? Back to you. Yeah, Echo Whiskey 8, Mike Zulu, a good 5 and 7 and a very loud audio. So I think even if you was a Santiago 1, your audio is absolutely superb, very loud, very clear. My name is Mark and I'm in the southeast of England, just 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. And I think you heard I'm using a ICOM IC-7300, 100 watts, and the antenna is a vertical antenna, 5/8 wave for the 10 metre band. Over to you, sir. Echo Whiskey 8, Mike Zulu. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot.
Thank you, Mark. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo Whiskey 8, Mike Zulu. You reported 57. My name is Slava. Antenna is Windham. ICOM 7300, transceiver ICOM 7300, 100 watt. Over.
Yeah, copy you very well, Slava. Absolutely no problems. Very, very loud indeed. And thank you for the 5 and 7. Yeah, so you're peaking around 5 and 8, swinging between 5 and 5 and 8. So a very good signal from you today. I'm sure you know by now, if you've been listening, that the WX here in the southeast of England today, we have broken clouds. It's a bit cold. It's about 8 to 10 degrees, and it looks like that for the next week we may have rain. So today is the day, if I need to go out, is the good day to go out. But you might have heard, Slava, I've been painting in the house, painting the house. So it looks like I've got to go back to that very, very soon. So a great contact from you. Back to you there, Slava. Echo Whiskey 8, Mike Zulu, Juliet Charlie, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you information. Mark, thank you, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Echo Whiskey 8, Mike Zulu. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you, bye-bye.
Yeah, good luck, 73, and good luck to the whole family, Slava, and look forward to the next contact. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. Victor Echo 1, Alpha Sierra, Quebec. That call sign looks familiar, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a regular thing. The name this side is Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England. I'm 20 kilometres, 15 miles southeast of London. And let me just look in QRZ. And no, the call sign isn't familiar, apparently. Apologies for that, for being so presumptuous. Let's find out who you are. Victor Echo 1, Alpha Sierra Quebec. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Yeah, Roger, back to you, Mark. My name is Mike India Kilo Echo. No, it looks like this is our first Q, so we're next between the lines here. Yeah, I'm located from 30 kilometers north of the capital city of Halifax.
Yeah, got you there, north of Halifax, and yeah, I was quite taken aback. Then I felt sure that I knew the call sign ASQ. Maybe there was a different prefix. Maybe it's someone I've spoken to fairly recently that also had ASQ. But very nice to meet you, Mike. And here we're using, I don't know if you were listening before, we're using the ICOM IC-7300, running 100 watts barefoot from the back, and the antenna is my 10 meter band 5/8 wave antenna. So yeah, it's a little bit off tune for 12 meters, but it seems to be getting across the Atlantic now, and just taking a rest from all of the contesters everywhere else except 17 and 12. Your signal here, 5 and 5 to 5 and 3. Little bit of QSB dropping you down rather than pulling the signal up. But that's the story there, Mike. And I do tend to rabbit on quite a lot, so you could lose me in the QSB. I must learn to keep my overs short. Back to you, VE1 ASQ M0 JCF.
Yeah, M0 JCF, VE1 ASQ. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, Mark. You were 5 and 9, 10 over there when I was listening to you earlier, but the band looks like it's shifted or softened up a little. You're down about 5 and 3, 5 and 5, but no problem talking there, Mark. Audio is excellent, and congratulations here on the 100 watts of the vertical. Wow, conditions are something good. Over.
Yeah, well, it's the only antenna that I can have up apart from my long wire. Now, I've got a long wire which is 90 feet long, and it's not very good on 10 or 12 meters, to be very honest. It's it's sometimes the more local signals, sporadic E, are quite loud on that antenna, but the vertical works just well. It was cheap, and that's what I am, you see. I'm cheap. And the other thing as well is I've got a 9-element LFA up for 2 meters, and I've also got a collinear up for 2 meters, 70 SEMS, AM, FM, and any other modes outside of SSB. So I've got a station manager, and I'm sure you understand that won't let me put any more metal in the sky. So yeah, I'm stuck with the 5/8 wave 10 meter band antenna. And yeah, I've noticed this as well with the contacts that I've had, that the signals have been wildly up and down. But if we can make contact, that's all that matters. Can you say, I'm not sure if you just told me, and maybe I wasn't listening, Mike, can you tell me what power and antenna that you're using just up there in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, okay, Mark. I'm running a Yaesu FCDX10 with a high heritage studio microphone. Little help from an ACOM antenna, about 400 watts, and a hux beam at 400 right after there, about 7 weeks.
Yeah, well, it's the hex beam that's probably doing all of the hard work. The 400 watts, well, when you think about it, 400 watts is only a 6 dB gain over what I've got. So, that's only 1 S point. So I was quite surprised that I was giving you 9 plus 10 at one point. As I say, I'd be sort of more convinced with the 5 and 5, 5 and 3, which you've been giving me consistently. Well, let's go off on a tangent now and say that, give you the WX. We do like to talk about the weather in England. Today, Mike, we've got a about 10 degrees. So it, you know, it's a bit cold as English weather goes. It's fairly normal for this time of the year. Got broken clouds, and we're expecting a week of miserable rain, which is very, very normal for sort of March. In the southeast of England, we do cop a lot of rain down this neck of the woods. You're going to tell me now that you've got snow and ice on the ground and it's -5. Back to you.
Roger, right on. 100%. Yeah, it's still -5, -6. We had snow yesterday, but it's been going down on some gear passes already. It's just a little bit less trumpy snow. But that's typical March for here now. We got rain coming up next week, that'll take that all away. There's very little to no frost in the ground because we've had just a crazy bob. Nothing like it used to be. There's definitely something going on in the earth. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a change. It's getting more tropical, so to speak. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely superb. Well, I've got friends that live Montreal, obviously slightly inland from you, and you know, so I normally get the weather reports via them anyway. And my friend's dad lives on Prince Edward Island, so you know, I sort of, you know, tongue in cheek, I do get an idea of what the weather is. And then I've got friends that live in Wisconsin and Michigan, places like that. So they sort of give me the weather report, so I get an idea what it's going to be like around that neck of the woods. Anyway, listen, Mike, I don't know if you heard earlier, I don't know how long you've been listening to me going on, but I've been doing some painting this morning and painting the woodwork in my house, and while the first coat was drying, I had a sneaky go on the radio just to let the first coat dry off. But it's time for me now to drop the microphone. I need to get down there and finish that. I really don't want to be painting tomorrow as well, so I really need to get it finished this afternoon. So I'm probably going to go QRT in just a moment. But it's been absolutely fantastic speaking to you, and yeah, it's nice that we haven't worked before, because you know, it would have made it all too familiar then, and we would have just been, I'm sure, covering the same ground. But listen, Mike, I do often work 12 meters, 10 meters. You do hear me as well. I could be working QRP, so please do listen out for me. When I'm QRP, I'm normally around about 3 or 4 watts. Now, last week I was CQing on 10 meters, and I was using 3 watts, and somebody in Nova Scotia, his name's Pierre, I could even tell you his call sign. You may well, no, of course you won't know him. That's ridiculous. That's like me knowing everybody that lives in Liverpool. I won't even bother. But his name's Pierre. He's on Nova Scotia, and he picked up my call using 12 watts, using the same, 12 watts, 3 watts, using the same same antenna. So, you know, please listen out for me, and we'll carry on with a rag-chew in the near future, I'm sure. But it was great speaking to you for now. So can I say very best 73 to you and your family, Mike, and we'll do this again in the near future, I'm sure. VE1 ASQ M0 JCF.
Roger, Mark. Yeah, no problem at all, my friend. We will definitely listen for you at QRT. I always love talking to you about QRT. Well, I suspect the page is behind by now, Mark, because I think I've been listening to you for over an hour. Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Victor Echo 1, Alpha Sierra, Quebec, saying 7-3s, all the best, and good DX, Mark.
Yeah, cheers for that. And just for the logbook, Victor Echo 1, Papa Tango Romeo, Pierre. He's also on Nova Scotia. I know it's a big place, but you never know. You may talk to him locally on 10 or, you know, 40 meters or something, but he always seems to be on. He's quite regularly on, which is why he picks me up as well. We've worked FM as well as SSB, and as I say, the SSB contact was with QRP, so that was quite good. But yeah, listen out for me FM and AM as well. I'm all over the place, Mike. Great speaking to you, and as I say, I'm very shortly going to shut down the station. All the best, 73. Bye bye for now. QRZ Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot will be going QRT soon. If anyone would like a quick report only. Yeah, Oscar Hotel 2, Oscar November. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. The name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm in the southeast of England, just 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. I'll give you a report on the next over. It will be very quick, old man, because I will be going QRT very shortly, and just like to give you a report at least, and we can have a long conversation another day, hopefully. Oscar Hotel 2, Oscar November. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Yeah, Ossie, very nice to meet you today, and I think for the first time you're only peaking 5 and 3 to me, only 5 and 3, so I'm very pleased to be giving you such a strong signal. It's nice when that happens, but yeah, at this end we're using the IC-7300 by ICOM. It's 100 watts, and my antenna is just a vertical antenna. It's 5/8 way for the 10 meter band, so not slightly out of tune for the 12 meter band, but seems to be working well in your direction, but not receiving so well today from your direction. Back to you.
Okay, Ross, thank you for the information, Mark. I'm using here Yesu Foxtrot 991 Alpha rig, and I'm running about 80 watts at the moment. My antenna is a low profile system. It's a terminally folded dipole, also known as Tango 2 Foxtrot Delta, only about 25 meters long wire. Between the trees on my backyard, I have a small garden, needed space over here, and the feeding point is only about 7-8 meters from the ground. But please help me align with this setup. Over to you, Mark.
Yeah, well, you know what, it's working absolutely fine. You're 80 watts and a dipole, and the FT 991 Alpha is very popular, isn't it? So it's a great setup you've got there, and it's working at least into the southeast of England, and I think we must be over 1,000 miles apart. So it's just one single hop, and yeah, we're 1,150 miles separating us. So a good single hop there across Europe. Ossie, it's fantastic to speak to you today, but I will cut it short, only because I need to go QRT very quickly. So I'll just see if anyone else needs a report, and maybe on another day we'll sit down and we'll have a long conversation, long rad chew, and we'll put the world right and everything else in between. You take care, and very best 73 to you and your family. Have a fantastic weekend, and thanks for coming back to me on 12 meters. Over to you for a final there, Ossie. Oscar Hotel 2, Oscar November. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Yeah, bye-bye, I'll see you, and a good time to end as well, because your signal dropped down to just a 4 and 1. Your signal dropped to a 4 and 1, so a good time to say goodbye. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, if anyone would like a report before I go, QRT, M0, JCF listening. Nothing is heard. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot going QRT. This frequency is clear for use. This frequency is clear for use. Thank you.